Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to a new video. It's not a review this time, but it is sort of review of the quality of the Model 3 I bought. So this is my experience with the new Tesla Model 3. So this is my first brand new car that I purchased. My first car before this one was a used car, like a year and a half old. I was really happy with that car, but I've decided to buy a brand new car because these really hold value really good. And even up to date, there's such a huge demand. They're sold for 2022 completely. So this car just got more in value if I was about to sell it. Of course, I'm not going to do that. But I wanted to share some of the details. So my car came from Fremont. I also have a friend who got a car from China, from Shanghai, and his car is perfect. This, on the other hand, from the outside looks perfect, but when you come a little bit closer, there are some certain details that you spot once you're washing your car. If you really detail, you know what you want your car to be perfectly clean always. It's a little bit OCD issue. Not that much anymore, but I still like to keep my car in a mint condition through the years. That's what I had going with my last car. I'm really happy how it looks, and people always, say, "Man, when did you buy the new car?" But I was like, "No, it's an old car. I mean, I have it for a few years." I want the same thing with my Tesla. So without me talking too much, let's just show you the details that I'm talking about, and then you, the audience, you're gonna tell me, what do you think? Am I over exaggerating, or should Tesla really start paying attention to their build quality? So let's just see what's wrong with the car. Okay, here's the car. Now when I said wrong, I was referring to the quality issue. Now, I still love the car, enjoy it. It's the best car I've got, and I've tested a lot of cars. This is the best car up to date, I would say. Happy with the new updates and all, but still, I feel like when I see the details that I should have had the car without those. Now, if I come to the side, you can see the car. It looks awesome. But when you come closer, when you're washing your car, you start to notice things. Now the door panels are good. There's some gaps on the rear end and the front, but let's come closer and show you those. Okay, let's start from this end. I'm gonna immediately start talking about also some issues. So you can see condensation in the side repeater, and this happened to both of them. The reason for this is there's room here so the water goes in when you're washing with the pressure washer. And after a few months, my autopilot stopped working, and they've decided they've replaced the other one. And this one, for some reason, they didn't. They want you to have proof to come like this, and then they'll replace it. Same with the lights on the rear. Now, let's come to the front bumper. Now, a few days later, this is something I didn't notice at the beginning. I've noticed there's some bubbles in the paint, which suggests that they were putting on the bumpers and the paint hasn't even dried out. And what happened when you're washing your car, I guess the paint was thin here and it just went off, and you can see the plastic. But this will be repainted, but there's another reason why it will be repainted. And this is why. So there's some scratches here from day one, but look at this one. This is a paint damage. It goes through the paint and the plastic. And I heard an explanation that people who are delivering cars with semis, when they were unloading them, they were first time driving EVs. They were not used to the acceleration, so they might have come a little bit too quick off the ramp. Now, this front hood has a huge gap here. You can see that. So this is not right. And they've adjusted the front bonnet because it went to the side a bit. So I also noticed here, you can see paint was sticking next to the headlight. And then I guess there's it looks bad. I mean, okay, this is something I really don't care that much, but when there's damage underneath, paint coming off, I'll just let them repaint that. Now, If I come closer here, you can see the clear coat's damage, and there's a damage on the inside. So what happened, this went to the side, started rubbing off, and this started making some grinding noise when closing. So then I've noticed that it was going to the side. They've adjusted the quarter panel, and they've created a little gap here, so it's uneven with this part. Although it's not that big, I don't care as much. But then when you see this, it just looks awful, and I guess they'll have to redo this. Also, this headlight was sticking up a little bit, so they've kind of adjusted that. Now, I did get like a smaller chipstone here, so I'm happy that if they repaint that, it's gonna be gone. But also, look at this. They've used touch-up paint here, and that's from day one, came from the factory like that. Also, touch-up paint here, touch-up paint here. Look at this. What the heck was going on here? So they should have repainted the car, took it back, and there's multiple things like that. I'm gonna try to be quick because time is flying. Tires and alloys. Two cons about this particular design. The alloy is sticking outside because of the hubcap, and they usually put hubcaps in auto industry over steel wheels. In this one, it's not. And what happens is if you curb, everyone has rash curb on their alloys. I think if they put a plastic over, you would damage the hubcap, the plastic, you would just remove it, put another one. Maybe it would protect the alloy, maybe not, I don't know. I might be wrong. And also, this hubcaps have steel clips, like at least plastic and like a metal finish on them, so they can hold, and they're really tight. It's hard to remove them, so when I was changing my summer to winter setup, people who never experienced a Tesla, they're trying to remove this. They remove 1 second, then the other one pops in, and they're multiple times trying to take it off until they manage to take it off. And what happens is that the metal clips made scratches on the spokes and on the clear coat, and all of them are damaged. I also have a little rash here because I'm really extra careful when coming down for the curb, but once there was a car that parked next to me here from the front end, and they kind of boxed me in, had to Austin Powers my way out, and I was really unhappy when I rashed both of my wheels the same day. Okay, here another con. I review cars and I noticed details, and even my previous car had like plastic cover here, so Tesla didn't cover this. And what happens in winter, some countries put a lot of salt or like small gravel stone, and then in the winter tires they caught it and they push it here. They make a lot of damage to this bottom part. There's no PPF here, and I've in the group, Tesla group that I'm here in Croatia, a lot of people had some issues with the bottom. It was like paint was stripping off just by pressure washing the car, so Tesla was repainting that for them. Now, another detail, there's like hair inside the clear coat here, and yeah, I also had a mishap. So quick story, when you're backing up, the camera has those like 2 lines that are suggesting where's the middle. I've realized that a long time ago that I have to check the mirrors because it's deceiving because of the wide lens. And the other day I was really tired, long day, and I backed up into a neighbor. He had like a small line. I've offered to fix that. He said like it's not necessary. He doesn't see it. I've managed to strip off the paint, so this will have to be repainted. There's a maybe clear coat, but this could be polished out. And the parking sensor went inside a little bit. And also this is like previous rash. But the hubcap was scratched, alloy was scratched, and it'll have to be use insurance to fix that. Now, not to go to every single detail, I just want to show you the major flaws. Like also from day one, over here you can see there's like touch-up paint. I mean, this just wouldn't pass quality control. Also there's like things like this inside, so I'm not going to be super detailed because it's going to be too long, just to cover major flaws. And look at this. I was struck one day I was going to the service. Come on, camera. And I was struck by a chipstone, and it cracked from the inside. So I had 2 cars before. I would get struck by a chipstone, and it would make like a surface damage because the stone would turn into dust. But here it cracked from towards the inside, and I don't know, I'll have to use insurance to replace the whole windshield. Maybe I'll try to fill it in. We'll see. Okay, here, obvious gaps, and if you push this down to the glass, then this is going to be taller, and I don't know, then you're going to have like a smaller gap. But I don't know how they did this in made in China cars. I've compared my friend's car. He doesn't have any of issues. He doesn't have a gap here. Should be like this, flush. But this ain't that bad. I'm going to show you the other side. So coming to the other side, also check this out. After some time, I got a paint chip inside here. I have no idea how that got there. But look at this. This is a huge gap. You can like almost put your finger inside. This is uneven. Okay, I don't care about that, but this just isn't right. And let me show you this. I'm gonna try to be brief. Okay, paint job. Everything looks okay. This isn't the best welding, but okay. But look at this. The plastic started like, what's the word I'm looking for? I forgot the word. It's starting to melt, yeah. And it started to connect with the body. So that looks awful. And there are like shadow areas here, not good paint job. And same here, same here. But look at this. Now there's some dust here, but you can clearly see that this is full of air, parts that aren't painted. Also some materials in the clear coat. Look at this. You can feel this is sharp under your finger. And it gets worse. Look at this. I mean, no whatsoever, no quality control, and they've obviously adjusted this. It's not painted. This is paint stripped off. So they were adjusting this. This wasn't adjusted by Tesla by any means. In my ownership, and I feel like the hood started banging a little bit. It's windy today. I think like when I got the car, it was less noisier. Tesla mentioned they were gonna order new struts, and I mean the rest of the car looks pretty solid and it's good, and I don't have too many complaints about it. From my experience, the roof, the tint is not enough. It's just super hot in summer. It is like you can feel the heat up on top of your head. In winter, you can feel the cold. I felt this once maybe, but in summer, it's really awful. And they've made this stupid gradient to here instead of making it all black like in the Model Y, and they didn't tint the rears. Some stupid US laws, they don't tint the sedans for some reason. They could have done this for the European market and the Chinese and the rest of the world where it's legal. Yeah, so yeah, that's it. And well, I'm not going to show you this doors. I don't think there's anything. There's some minor details in the interior. I'm still not sure if this is a puncture or not. Like, I don't care about that as much. This plastic was like scratched from day one. Also don't care as much. There were some markings on the leather, also something like that. You don't see it now. And by the way, after like almost 9 months of ownership, this artificial leather is pretty good. The leather is kind of shiny now because of the natural oils. I dislike these creases that developed. It's fairly new, so it shouldn't have that. And I'm happy that I went with the black seats instead of white ones. And what else to say? I want to also detail the car, so I'm gonna give this to my detailer once I sell everything, because I wanted to put some, I wanted to polish the car once I've got it. I wanted to put maybe a PPF or ceramic coating, but I never did any of those because I was waiting for Tesla service to open up so I can, fix the issues first and then do some protection. Now, on the inside, I've started to develop I'll have to lower this fan speed. I started to develop like there's a sound coming from the speaker, like plastic making some noises, and like something squeaking from the rear. I can actually find out what's the problem. I'll have to go for the service, but I managed to document that on the video. But I won't really put this in, it's not that important. The interior is excellent, everything's holding up great. I might have managed to, or I don't know, my girlfriend, doesn't really matter, it's like a small scratch there, but can't even see it. I won't be that OCD. And this started to peel off. I think there's on the other edge some minor scratch or something, but the interior is holding up well. There were like from day one like some sort of markings here, I can't see them now, and the leather is holding up good. I just wash it with a microfiber towel that I just make it wet a little bit and dry it out, so I don't use any products in my car, and it's pretty good. Again, the top is holding up. I wish this was Alcantara, but Tesla removed that, and I realized that later that this is plastic, it's not leather anymore. This used to be covered by leather, so they kind of cheapen out on that one. And the rest of the interior is pretty solid, and I don't have any complaints. I wish the steering wheel, the display was a little bit taller, so I could go a little bit forward, because sometimes I have to back up so I don't hit the screen with my knees. But overall, really happy with the rest, and the speakers are freaking amazing. Now, the doors. Now, when it would rain, the windows were making like some sort of terrible noise going up and down. It was really embarrassing when you come to a drive in. So it would be like, it was like really squeaking all the way up, all the way down. They've used dry lube and they finally fixed that. So that's the solution if you have that problem. I thought of something else, but I can't remember it now. One thing that I had issue with is the glove box and the interior. What happened is the slowly closing mechanism broke and the light stopped working. So once I opened this, it opened to this end. I was trying to like gently open it, but then I heard a snap and it just fell down and the light wasn't working. So what happened is Tesla ordered a completely new glove compartment for that reason. They couldn't, I guess, replace the latch or whatever it was that broke, which makes no sense. They're wasting a lot of money on that. So I was really trying to be detailed as much as possible. Oh yeah, I remembered. So you get this rubber mat, and have in mind Tesla changed the design because of the speakers. There's like a hump here, so they've changed the door design, at least the pockets. And what happened is on the day of delivery, I didn't got the ones on the rear. So as you can see, plain plastic. And I've told them that they've ordered that, but they're wrong for the old doors. So I returned that one, and then they said that for the new one, they don't have it on stock, and I'm still waiting up today to get those. Anyways, that's my Tesla quality issues. They're not major, but still, when you pay a lot of money for a new car, and don't get me wrong, I'm super happy that I got the car and that I'm able to afford it, especially in the country where this is really a luxury. I did get a government incentive, and that's the reason why I went for it. It fitted my budget, otherwise I wouldn't be so happy. But still, when you put so much money in a car, I would expect just a little bit more. Maybe it's me because I'm working with legacy cars, reviewing cars, so I've started to notice and watch and pay attention to legacy cars since I started paying attention to Tesla. But yeah, I'm still not sure if I'm over-exaggerating. Am I right? Type in the comments below, what do you think? Thank you for watching. Leave your comments below. What do you think? Smash the like button on this video if you think I'm right. Share the video. I'm sure this is gonna be different once you get a car from Shanghai Giga Texas or Giga Berlin, but I don't think this is right when it comes to people who got their car from Fremont. I think Tesla should fix those issues and make sure these things don't happen in the future. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna see you in the next one. Stay safe at home, on the road, and I'm gonna see you in the next video. Bye.